we are going to give our sea lion, Miss Ululani, a nice warm aloha. Ululani's name, she means heavenly inspiration in Hawaiian. She is a 15-year-old California sea lion. So on the count of 3, I want everyone to give Miss Ululani a nice warm aloha. 1, 2, 3. Aloha! Over there on the right side of our stage, giving you a nice show of how strong these two beautiful ladies are. All right, and next up, we have our 20-year-old California sea lion, 21 years old. She's actually just celebrated her birthday not too awful long ago. Over here on the left side of our stage with our trainer Stephanie, we have Miss Leona Kai, means sea lion in Hawaiian. So on the count of 3, everybody give her a nice warm aloha as well. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Aloha, Leona. Waving to you guys out there. All right, so now that we've gotten to know them, let's tell you a little bit more about them. So these two, like I said, they are California sea lions. Their species are native to the western seaboard of North America, all the way as far south as northern Mexico and as far north as southern Canada. Now you'll find them all along the western coastlines over there. They're part of what we call the pinniped family, and that consists of your seals, sea lions, and walruses. Well, we don't have walruses here at Sea Lion Park. We do have seals and sea lions. So let's tell you how to tell the difference between the two. So there are 2 differences. There are true seals and there are eared seals. What do you guys think? What family do you think these guys fall under? Eared seals. There we go. So if you look right behind their eyeballs, you will see a tiny little flap back there. Looks kind of like a Shrek ear, Tootsie Roll. That actually is what that is. That is their ear. Helps them to protect their hearing underwater, but allows them to hear very well. So that is one of the ways that you can tell them from a seal, because true seals do not have that ear flap. Their heads are very smooth and streamlined, much like what you see on a bird or a dolphin. They do not have that little ear flap back there. So you look at them initially and you see one with no ear flap, odds are it's an eared seal, potentially a sea lion. Next thing that you can look for is how they move around both on land and in the water. If you watch how Miss Ululani over here swims through the water, yeah, see how she's propelling herself through the water with those powerful front flippers? Seals, on the other hand, they do not do that. Seals use their hind flippers to propel themselves. Whereas Miss Ululani over here, she's propelling herself with those big front flippers and navigating, steering with her rear ones. Seals are exactly the opposite. They kind of wiggle their way, squirm their way through the water, and then use their front flippers to help steer and guide themselves through the water. Next way is if you watch how they move around up on land. Sea lions over here, they have what we call a rotating hind hip bone. So, see Miss Ululani up there? She's kind of running up on all fours, much like what you'd see your cats and dogs do at home, right? That is because they have that rotating hind hip bone. That allows them to get those hind flippers up and underneath themselves so that they can run around, chase their trainers, even have some dance parties with them out there. Yeah. Love their dance parties. True seals, on the other hand, they can't do that. They can't chase their trainers around. They can't dance around up like that because they have what we call a fused hind hip bone. So how they're going to be moving around is much more on their bellies, wiggling around like little inchworms up there. Yeah. They both have their really good seal impressions up there. So those are a few of the ways that you can tell sea lions from true seals, like our Hawaiian monk seals, how they move around both on land and in the water. Now, how did we get these 2 sea lions to do all these really cool behaviors that you're seeing going on behind you? A big part of it comes from training. So, training is a big part of what we do here at Sea Lion Park, and there's a lot of reasons as to why we train. First and most important reason is for their health care or their husbandry. So, what you might see both of our trainers doing here behind us is looking over our sea lions from nose to tail, looking inside their mouths, under their bellies, on their flippers, all over their bodies, and they have been trained to allow us to do this. So that way we can look and make sure nothing has changed throughout the day or overnight that we might need to get our vets involved with. What you might be seeing over here with Miss Leona Kai, our trainer Stephanie up there from time to time, you might see have a little tiny eyedropper in her hand. That's exactly what that is. Miss Leona Kai, she has actually been prescribed several medicated eye drops all throughout her day that she gets several times throughout the day. She has been trained to present her eye to Miss Stephanie up there. Stephanie will then take that eye dropper, drip a little bit of that medication directly into her eye, and allow us to take very good care of her. All of our animals out here, they have been trained to allow us to do several various husbandry procedures all throughout the day. Everything from blood draws, x-rays, ultrasounds, anything that we can do to make sure that these guys are staying as healthy and happy as possible are things that we are going to train our sea lions to allow us to do. Now, second big reason why we train is for you guys. A big part of our hope here is that you guys are getting to come out here, enjoy watching our sea lions, that you guys get inspired to want to protect these guys all over the world. We hope you guys come in today and get to learn a little bit more about all of the animals that you see all throughout our park, and hopefully with a new understanding and appreciation for how we can protect our oceans. Yeah, having some fun back there. Lots of dance parties. I love it. Now, how do we train our sea lions? That's a big one right there. So the process that we use here is kind of a long, complicated word, but it's not too complicated once you understand what we're doing. It's called operant conditioning using positive reinforcement. Like I said, long way of saying it. Basically what that means is we reward behavior that we're looking for, and we simply ignore everything else. What do you think a sea lion finds rewarding? What do you think they like? Any guesses? Fish, exactly. So fish is one of the most rewarding things that we can give to our sea lions out here. So these guys, they both eat about 12 pounds of it every single day. So all of our sea lions up here, they get plenty of fish that we can reward them all throughout the day, but it doesn't have to just be fish. There's all kinds of things that we can reward our sea lions with. Everything from play sessions to enrichment, like toys, all day, anything from backgrounds, belly rubs, just hanging out with each other or even their trainers. All of this can be different ways that we can reward our animals. But rewards alone aren't enough to train these guys. So we've got several different methods that we utilize in order to train them. First one that we use here is a process that we call mimicry. Everyone heard this phrase, monkey see, monkey do, right? So what mimicry is our sea lions will either copy each other or their trainers doing what they're doing and watching and seeing how they're doing it and giving it a try themselves. Over time, we can use some of that fish, some of those rewards that we were talking about, and eventually they will learn how to do it all on their own. Yeah. So these two, they're always watching what their trainers are doing. But, what do you think? You guys want to help us out with a training session today? All right, I love it. So, I'm going to divide you guys up into 3 different groups here. So, my first group, I'm going to have you guys over here on this side. Second group, everyone right here in the middle. And my friends down here on the end. You guys are going to be the last group out here. Now, we'll start over here with you guys. What do we want to do today? I think I'm going to have you guys be my hula dancers today. What do you think? Sound good? All right, so I'm going to show you what to do here in a moment. And then when we bring our sea lions down, you're going to see if they can copy you guys. What you're going to do, you are going to hold your right hand high up in the air. Wrist pointed down. You're going to rock your hips, dance the hula, and kind of turn your wrist around in a circle. Now, when you do that, on the count of 3 is when we're going to start this. And when you do, you're also going to say the word hula. So, count 3, 1, 2, 3, hula. All right, you want to practice? All right, ready? 1, 2, 3, hula. Perfect. Very trainable humans out here. I love it. All right, so my group right here in the middle, you guys are going to be my patriotic group today. On the count of 3, what you guys are going to do is take your same right hand up to your eyebrow and a nice salute, and say that word salute as loud as you can at the same time. See what our sea lions do with us. You got it? Let's practice. 1, 2, 3. Salute. Perfect. All right, you guys are all good at this. I love it. All right, and then the last group over here. Let's see if we can see her pearly white. See that scary mouth up there. So, what I want you guys to do, hold up your sea lion. Alright, on the count of 3, what we're going to do is say open, and then open our sea lion's mouth right like that. Sound easy enough? Alright, on the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Open! Alright, you guys are all very trainable humans. I love this. Alright, now that we've all got our behaviors, let's get the one missing ingredient that we have over here. That is a Miss Ululani. She's going to come out here, hang out with us, and we're going to see if we can get her to mimic what we're all walking in and out. All right. What do you guys think? You guys want to start? All right. So on the count of 3, get your sea lions ready. 1, 2, 3. Open. Showing you that scary gap in there. Good. All right. Pretty cute, huh? Give her a round of applause. She did great on that one. All right. Come on over here to you guys. All right. Ready what you're doing? All right. On the count of 3. Ready. 1, 2, 3. Salute. Good. Always make sure you look camera on that one. All right. Last but not least, another fishy room here. You guys remember what you're doing? My new answers, right? All right. You guys ready? On the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Hula. Pretty cool, huh? What do you guys think? Did a good job? I think so too. I want to see you do that one more time. What do you guys think? Alright, so same thing. You guys did great. On the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Hula. There we go. Good. Alright. Everybody give her a round of applause that she did great out here hanging out with us today. Alright, give her another couple pieces around here, and we are going to send her back on up to Miss Tiffany up there. Go! And we're going to tell you about a couple other ways that we use to train our sea lions. Next method that we utilize here is what we call capturing. And basically what that is we have to wait for them to do something all on their own, and we can capture that behavior. The way we do that is we can throw a bunch of attention to it. Fish, toys, backgrounds, whatever they might find most reinforcing from. Eventually they learn that, hey, every time I seem to do this thing, they give me a bunch of stuff for it, right? I'm going to keep doing that thing. So, one of the things that our sea lions has learned through the process of capturing is what we call a porpoise. Where they go around jumping all throughout their exhibit and show it off for you guys a little bit. We came in one day and both of our sea lions happened to be jumping around all over the place and we said, hey, that's pretty cool. Let's throw a bunch of fish to it, see if we can capture it. And eventually we were able to do just that, and eventually we could pair it with a hand signal so that we can ask for it anytime that we find it. Another one that we have to do with capturing is vocalization, or the sounds that they make. I don't know about you guys. Yeah.
He's singing.
We came in one day and Ronnie was just singing her favorite song over there. We loved it, so we had to have it. Yeah, you tell me. I don't know about you guys, but I don't know how to ask a sea lion to make a very specific noise. So, that's one of those things we have to wait for her to do on her own. And eventually, we can put that on a hand signal as well by doing that capturing method. And there's one more tool that we use out here when it comes to training behavior. And that is a process that we call shaping. And this one is the more complicated method of training, but it's pretty easy once you understand the concept behind it. It's what we call shaping. And basically what shaping is taking a really large, big picture behavior and breaking it down into tiny little baby steps until eventually you can build it up into something a lot bigger. Does everyone see that big buoy hanging down in the middle of the pool out there? So that is what we call a target, and Miss Ulani has been trained a behavior that we call a high rise. All she has to do is swim out, jump up as high as she can, and touch that buoy with the tip of her nose. And what do you guys think? Do you think we just came in here one day and said, Ulani, go touch that buoy, and she did it first try? Think she did that? No, probably not, right? So we had to take it tiny little baby steps at a time. So what we taught her was something that we call a target. That is where she touches either her nose or part of her body to our hand, a target pole. You can see those little yellow buoys all around the back of the fence line out there. Those are also a form of target. Through that, we can help guide her through various different movements and behaviors until eventually she learns how to do something a lot more complicated than what she initially knew. So we were able to get her up higher and higher until finally she was able to touch that buoy for the first time. Now what do you guys think? You think she still got it? Alright, I love it. So, you guys can help me out with this one. On the count of 3, I want all of you guys to yell that word target as loud as you can. The louder the better. Alright, you guys got it? Alright, I think we're all set up. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Target! We heard you. Everyone give a round of applause. So, using those three methods, we have been able to train all of these different behaviors at CT. All of our animals, all throughout our park, performing for you guys today. Like I said earlier, a big reason why we train these behaviors is for you guys. Like I said, a big hope of ours is that you guys walk away knowing a little bit more and having a better appreciation, better understanding for how to take care of our world out there in the real world out there. So, some of the things that you guys can do to help protect sea lions, help protect our monk seals out there, some small little things. First thing, I want you guys to guess. How many sea lions do you guys think are left out there in the ocean? 3? A little bit more than 3. We've got 2 of them right here behind us. I want you to multiply that 3, though, by about 100,000. What does that get you? 300,000. There we go. Right at about 300,000 California sea lions are left out in our ocean. We love that number. That is a great number. Sea lions are actually doing okay for themselves out there. But the same, unfortunately, cannot be said by our Hawaiian monk seal friends out here with us in Hawaii. Unfortunately, we estimate that there are somewhere around 1,500 Hawaiian monk seals left out there in the ocean. Like I said, there's several things that you guys can do out in your daily lives to help protect all of our animals. I'm sure you guys have all heard of the plastic straw trend going around right now, right? Not use a plastic straw, find a reusable one, or just not use a straw in general. Here's what I want you to do. I want you to look around yourselves right now. Look at everyone sitting here right next to you, and I want you to imagine that every single person here did not use a single plastic straw for the rest of their lives. That's not a small pile of plastic, right? That's a pretty good chunk. Now imagine if we do that for everything, from any of our single-use plastics, recycling as much as we can, or even simpler than that, just making sure that all of our trash ends up in the proper receptacles, keeping as much of that pollution out of our environments as possible. Now, unfortunately, we are coming to the end of our presentation here, but I want you guys to give the final aloha at it. So on the count of 3, I want you guys to wish both of our teammates out here a nice warm aloha. So, ready? 1, 2, 3. Aloha! All right, everyone. Thank you all very much for joining us here at our Splashing in the Sea Lion presentation. If you guys are interested, we offer some other presentations throughout our day. I believe our Reef Ranger presentation will be starting here in just a moment, just behind us here. And then here at 3:30, we will also be offering our Aloha and Dolphin Lagoon presentation. We'd love to see you guys over there for that. But in the meantime, we hope you all enjoy the rest of your stay here at Sea Lion Park. Aloha and have a good day.
Please stay tuned for more lives on my channel, as if you didn't see this one, we played with the dolphins earlier, and tomorrow we're going swimming. Can I say aloha? Thank you, gorgeous. Let's see here. And thank you to our trainers.